Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Certainly, I was surprised to see Tamashii announce this new Goku here. Of course, yes, it's another Goku, but let's put it this way. It's not necessarily, so far at least, a wide release to our knowledge. We'll find out more about that, hopefully, whenever the event sparks up next year. But we are, going to talk about the little details we do have and maybe some other things revolving around this topic of this Goku. But as you can see, he is I don't know what the specific reference is in terms of that panel. If it's just that was the original color work for it back then. My memory on that is a little iffy, but essentially it is, and I should have it pulled up here and we'll get to that, don't worry, but it's essentially kind of referencing this here, at least when he's got, no undershirt on. And of course we've gotten one of these before from another unofficial company, but like I said, we'll get into it, don't worry. So yeah, we are getting this, and they did change the hair, and I think that's really interesting because I would have preferred this hair for the actual original release, not the one they went with. So it does make this a little bit more desirable, on top of the fact that it has blood, has actual like noticeable, lining on it, shading, and just in general, I mean, like, while it isn't a figure we already have, it just something screams like more interest in this one. And I think it's just because it really looks more like that manga Goku, as opposed to kind of maybe more the modern adaptations of those scenes with the hair changing. The artwork's changed a few different times in terms of how they've referenced that specific part of Namek. But either way, I mean, this is something I think a lot of people do want. And if you're wondering why I just, I'm laughing, it's just interesting to see kind of them step over people and have this ready to go. And I mean, of course, they work like a year or more in advance. So I mean, we don't know how long they wanted to do this. And we already knew that they were going to do something for V-Jump as well. They kind of announced that not too long ago. But it's just interesting. So without further ado, let's go on to the next page here. This is kind of just talking about the whole entire event. If you want to read through that, you can, but it is, you are going to have registered for the event. It's obviously not over here domestically, but it looks like it's going to be limited quantity of whatever they've got there, and you're not going to be able to buy a whole bunch. It's going to be like one per person. But in terms of just actually talking about the figure price, it is going to be 8,800 yen. Now that's over there, that's about 60 bucks USD. But it's not going to be 60 bucks USD if they start selling it domestically. We don't know if it's going to go on Premium Bandai after the event, before the event, during the event. We don't know if they're going to sell it at the TNS stores. They could. The Sun Goku and Dragon, I think, got sold at TNS New York. And I want to say also got sold at New York Comic Con. And I don't think it went up for Premium Bandai. So they could do something similar to that. I mean, it is kind of a interesting item that I think a lot of people outside of Japan would like, but let's not discredit the fact that they don't also receive all the event exclusives over there either. So we'll see what happens. I'm not necessarily going to be mad if it's a thing that just stays over there with Japan, but it is still a cool little Goku figure. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I want to move on into also just this other topic people have with the whole Tamashii nations and third parties. Now, yes, we know, that there's ENC who, quite frankly, their first releases, and I can't see myself going to buy this figure unless like I absolutely needed it. And I mean, it's a cool variant. Don't get me wrong. This red eye and white hair is cool. But their quality, from what I'm hearing, is not that good. And if you want a, better overview of that to see it in hand, you can go over to Big Dino. I think I have him in the description if you want to check the videos out that he reviewed these figures out, because they're not for me. But we also had Black Hole Toys, which do I have a completed picture? Yeah, somewhere around here. This is what they did before, and this is referencing, this part of it with him still having his undershirt on. And this is like their third, I want to say this is their second or third one that they released in this mold, because they also did the other event exclusive where he had the pearl scent here. So, I mean, is it Tamashii taking notes from third parties? Possibly, they noting in the community what people kind of want. And I mean, they're aware. It's not like they're tone deaf. I think people forget that they're aware. They read those comments, you know what I mean? It's just people want them to act on it a lot faster than they do. Toji, for example, if you heard about that one, you'd understand why they took so long with it. But yeah, I mean, I think it works both ways, but I never will agree to the fact that Tamashii is controlling these third parties, because that just doesn't make any sense. Like, from a whole bunch of different standpoints, it just doesn't make sense. I could see why people think that, but it doesn't add up. It makes sense more that there are insiders within the company who will maybe share some information. As happened before, people have shared information about event exclusives coming out, you know, and what they were going to be before they were revealed. It's happened. So, I mean, I'm not going to discredit the fact that people inside Tamashii might just be slipping info. We've had factory leaks too, so just think about that. But anyways, that is beside the point. I do want to see this Goku released, at least domestically. I really think it looks cool. As for the quality of it, I mean, I'm hoping that they did something in there, maybe change a few things about the figure internally, but I doubt it. It's probably just the same exact figure. It's these hips, man. Look how thin that waist gets just for those hips to go bam. Like, that's the only thing I don't like about this guy, really. And that kind of crotch piece, it starts to kind of get a little dented in and deformed after a while, depending on if you're leaving it in poses. That's really my only complaint. But either way, very excited for this Goku. I hope to see more information on it soon. Like I said, the event is supposed to take place January 25th, 2026. So hopefully we'll be hearing some really interesting stuff about that later, as well as I'm not sure what the date for the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour is, but hopefully we'll get some cool little stuff there as well. I mean, it's not going to be the last time I think we get SH figures related to that event, but it would be nice to see something revealed, you know, just to reveal it. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I do want to make a video talking about all this freaking third-party news and updates, because I'm sure you guys have seen Mythos Anime Kong, you know, their Super Saiyan 4 Vegitos have released, and a wide mix of reactions. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it so far. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.